let's do a couple of just basic prep items that people can carry on their body, every single day, everywhere it's okay, to carry. And, I think you should always have 3 things on you that at all times: a good pocket knife, a flashlight, and a multi-tool. Any of them will work. Gerber, what are some of the ones? SOG tool. Then you have the Leathermans and stuff like that. And those are all good choices. And those are things I carry around a little Preon Plus, and it's made by Surefire, and it takes AAA batteries. And check out this light. I don't know if that picks up on the screen really well, but man, it throws a great beam. There it goes. Yeah. And it fits, and it's a little pin light. It fits in your pocket. You go about your day. If I'm gonna be someplace else where I might need a little bit brighter light, I grab my little. It's a Surefire knockoff. It's a cheapo, but it takes the CR123 batteries, and it really throws a beam. And it's just a little teeny tiny flashlight, little piece of kit you can throw in your pocket, and you roll with it, and it's just one of those things. The other thing is, here's my Gerber multipliers. These ones have been with me for years. It's got knife, it has a file, it has a bottle opener, it has a can opener. I mean, all you need with this is, you can open cans with it. You can, strip wire. You can tighten bolts. You can do a lot of stuff just with a simple little tool that fits in a little pouch on your belt, and, those are 3 items that can really get you out of a fix easy, and I also carry my everyday carry knife, which is, kind of a dual function. It's a tool, but it can also be used as a personal defense tool as well. It's a CRKT, and it's just a good little knife. It fits in the pocket. It's unobtrusive. It fits deep in the pocket with that little clip right there. Don't know if you can see it real well, but it fits way deep in your pocket. And it's a good things to have with you. Now, what do you think, Tim? What's in your everyday carry?
All right, hey, I like those. I want to show you kind of. I'm a hands-free guy, and that's why I really
hear you.
I dig these. This is a powerful light right here. It's got a power pack on the back, and I guess the main reason that I like hands-free is I used to do a lot of backpacking, and I mean, you're out there for a week, 2 weeks at a time. So this is a big, powerful light. Fits on your head just like this, lets you work with your gear, and it's got different settings on it.
Oh man, that's supernova.
Oh man, the bad thing, there is a downside to a light this powerful, is it uses the charge quick. So it's always wise, if you're going to have a big powerful light like this, to have a backup for sure. One that uses quite a bit less power. And you said the magic word as far as I'm concerned. You got your Ford, Chevy, and Dodge guys, and you got your Buck and old timer guys. Well, I'm a SOG guy. And this is my knife of choice right here. This is the SOG Commando drop.
Yeah.
And I've used this knife out in the field. I wish I could count the number of animals I've skinned and processed with this knife.
Tim, you call that a knife?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. Now, Tim,
You're gonna make me feel like I got.
that's a knife.
Oh man, look at that! Now that is a knife.
It's a kukri machete.
Oh yeah.
Well, I always say, the farther you go back in the woods, the bigger the knife you need with you. You know, because if you have little everyday carry knives, and then you have something like that you have strapped on your pack, and then you have your other knives. This is another one that I carry when I'm out in the woods. This is a Timberwolf, and it's a 440 stainless steel. It's decent. It's not a real expensive knife either. It's kind of an inexpensive knife. The SOG, they're great. I mean, I love SOGs. But if you're just getting into the preparedness scene, you may not be able to afford a SOG right off the get-go, and be able to get something that's a little less expensive, but still good quality.
Bobo started a manhood measuring contest, so it isn't my fault where this thing goes. I told you I'm a SOG guy, but I'm also a machete guy. And I absolutely love this thing. This is one of the shorter SOG machetes, and this has a saw on the back. And I gotta say, when I heard of a saw on the back of a machete, I thought it would be a joke. But I tested this thing out, field tested it, and this thing is actually legit. This is one of the most handy things I've had in my survival pack. And the things that this will do out there is, it still amazes me, the performance I got out of it. But
I understand about the sawback.
Oh, you got it. Well, I got something here for you, Papa. In case you're out in the woods and you just happen to run into a pack of Romans. Here you go, buddy. This is the Cold Steel.
Hey, excellent. Well, that would be what you'd use if you ran into the Carthaginians.
Yeah, this is the Gladiator, baby. But this thing.
Yeah, sweet.
All joking aside, this thing clears brush and makes trails like nobody's business. Well,
yeah, we have fun with one-upmanship, with our different emergency preparedness kit, and it's all fun, Him and I we're going back and forth joking about this, but at the end of the day, we're prepared. We're not worried. Everything's cool. And then like Tim and I were talking about earlier, we talk about sidearms and concealed carry. I mentioned before I'm a concealed carry instructor, and I have views on what I carry, and Tim has his views. Tim has his views on firearms and calibers, especially calibers, and I have the truth about calibers.
Yeah.
So I had to throw that in, Tim. I'm sorry.
Well,
we, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, while you were talking smack, maybe you can tell everybody your name for me, and if just to bring back memories, this'll tell you what I'm talking about here.
Yeah. Oh, Tim there. He is the bear killer. He actually shot a bear How far was that, Tim, that you shot it with that pistol?
60 yards, long shot. But
yeah, and then that bear was trying to get out and eat you after that.
well,
Yeah.
I had a 10-round magazine, and he had 10 bullets in him.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll never forget. We were skinning this bear out, and I'm finding all these hollow point bullets expanded just below the fur, stuck in the fat layer. And I'm sitting there pulling these things out and going, dude, check this out. It went in 2 inches into this bear.
Live and learn, buddy.
The bear's going, the bees are awful, frisky out here today. That's why when you're in the back country and you have bears around, you need a 44 Magnum.
There you go.
Making sure it's unloaded. Yeah, I know I just pointed at the screen and Tim ducked out of the way. But yeah, this is a Taurus 44 Magnum, 6th round, has Magnum porting, to keep the muzzle from flipping around. But I like a short barrel pistol, even in a big bore, because, it works, and it's handy. If the longer the barrel on the pistol, the more it's going to get, get a chance of getting it plugged barrel or, getting away or snag on the brush when you're going through it. And that's why I prefer shorter barrel pistols, for when I'm out in the woods.
Hey, since you brought that up and you brought up concealed carry, what can you show us? Show us what you got there. With your package.
Oh yeah. Well, normally I carry what is this is a Glock 23, but I have it which is a 40 cal, but I have a 9mm conversion barrel put in it so that I can shoot 9mm or 40 cal, with the same gun. And that's pretty much my everyday carry. And it is hot because I was carrying it today. So I keep my guns hot generally, ready to go, just in case. I mean, I'm not sitting here going, oh man, somebody might break in. I'm looking at, hey, an owl might be going after my cat. Or around here we have mountain lions and we have bears. I live out on a 168 acre farm that borders other 1,000 acre farms. So we have wildlife conflict all the time. My cat, he likes to go out in the fields and stuff, and I walk out there and look, and deer are chasing him around. I open the door, call the cat in. All of a sudden, I got deer running towards the door. I'm sitting there like, I've drawn down on a deer running at me towards my door from my house. I'm like, got close to me. I didn't have to shoot it, but if I would have, he would have just fell and went right in my house.
Yeah, we've all heard that.
I usually keep a firearm close at hand.
We've heard that excuse there before, Bobo. He's heading right for me.
Oh yeah, it was attacking me.
Hey, you got.
It was a demon deer.
You got to show us what you call your handicap conceal package.
Well, I have my handicap carry set up here. I recently had some medical issues, and I'm having to use a cane right now. And I have to use what's called a hemi walker, which is a one-armed walker. So I carry, with the walker, I have a few guns in here. I had to carry them from the other room, so I just left them in there. so Tim could laugh at all the guns I have on my walker. I'm stumping around here like Mr. Peterson from Up.
I'm not going to laugh at that. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I have a few different options for concealed carry. You know, I brought out, yeah, because we were talking about that earlier. You know, Tim, he's an H&K snob, which is heckler and coke. You know, there's a lot of reason why there's a heckler there.
Well, yeah.
No offense, Tim. No offense.
Oh, I know where you're going.
But one of the really inexpensive options is the SCCY, and I gotta unload it here. And it's a double action only. It's a 10-shot pistol. It's polymer framed and it's double action only. It's clear, so I'll show you how it fires. You have to pull it all the way through, and then each time it fires like that. So that's about maybe $200 gun, you know. And then, you know, moving up the scale a little bit, you have the Glock, which I showed you. And then you come over here to FMK. And FMK is a firearm that's made here in America. A lot of people refer to it as the American Glock. And I'm going to clear that, take it in. So, all right, I checked it off camera, made sure the magazine's empty and the chamber's empty. And it's just a nice little gun. It's about the same size as my Glock, and it's a $200 option, you know? So, yeah, I kind of like, you know, people that are just getting into this have options that are good quality firearms, you know? They don't have to go spend, you know, $500 to get a Glock or however much for an HK.
There you go.
You know?
Well, you know, Bob.
There I go. I'm thumping on your HK again.
Hey.
And then if you know, you're you know, you're more traditional, you know, there are traditional options like. I got to empty this one out. I'm putting my bullets in the hat. I have a Taurus 357 Magnum, and it's got a 3-inch barrel. It's Magna ported, and it's a just under $500 gun, you know. But it's 357 Magnum. It's a full-on Magnum. And the nice thing about this one, I can't really show you right now because my hand's a little messed up, but you can actually change out the cylinders and go from 357 Magnum to 9mm. So you have, you know, 3 different calibers you can shoot out of the same gun. And, you know, that's handy when you're looking for ammo. You go, oh, they don't have 38. Oh, wait a second, there's 357. Or wait a second, there's 9mm. Or hey, my buddy down the street, he has several cases of 9mm. Hey, can I get a few so I can put in my gun? You know, and that works out. You know, I've also ventured into designing and building my own. This is one I working on a few years back for a company, and it is a, you know, double action only, magazine fed. It takes a single stack 10-shot magazine, 9mm. And let me double check, make sure it's clear. gun safety always. Yep, it's clear. And, you know, the magazine is basically the 9mm 1911 magazine.
Nice.
So that's one I was working on. I developed this one just, and it was a design study, and the guy, once I got it built, decided, nah, let's not go that way. There's so many of those on the market. And I'm like, yeah, I have to agree with you on that. So there's so many competitive options. I mean, and if you have somebody who is recoil sensitive, you know, young people, or, you know, your wife or girlfriend or whatever, or just a lady who wants to shoot, you know, and one of the ones that I like is a little 22, and it's made by Phoenix Arms. Let me see, I got to clear it, make sure it's. Yeah, it's clear. But it is a nice little 22. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's just a nice size. Even in my bare paws, I can get 2 fingers on it and ready to shoot. And it's a single action only. You have to cock the hammer back and then pull the trigger, and it'll fire 10 shots. So it's just a good little option for somebody. I mean, you know, a gun is always, for defense, is always better than not having a gun, you know. A lot of times just the presentation of a gun. You have somebody that's getting aggressive, you pull the gun out, you don't even point it at them. You point it at the ground. And it's a deterrent. If somebody goes, whoa, you just took it to the next level, I don't want any part of that, I'm going to leave, you know. So those are just some ideas and options, you know. And let's see what's in the coffee table here. Oh my word, I got a 1911 45 Commander. It's a short barreled, you know, 1911, made by Taurus. I love Tauruses. You know, a lot of people will go, oh, Taurus, that's a piece of junk gun, I want my Kimber, you know. But hey, you know, if it's all you can afford, I don't care if you're packing a high point, you know. If it's what you can afford and it's going to be there. Let me double check the, yep, it's empty. You know, and it's you know, this is a 45. This one cost me just under $500, you know. And that's, you know, that's a decent deal for a 1911 45, you know. You know, you get somebody broke in on a 22, they enjoy that. You can go and, let's see what's in the other cabinet here. Oh, yes. How about a snub nose 38? Let me unload it here real quick. There we go. This is just a 5-shot snub nose. This is a Rossi. It's one of those ones that not everybody hears about, but they're inexpensive, but they're high quality, you know. So you can outfit yourself with something that's high quality, and, you know, you don't have to break the bank to get yourself a concealed carry pistol, you know. And that's what you want to look for, you know, stuff that's high quality and affordable, you know, especially when you're just getting into the game, because you're going to have to do a lot of things in your prep, you know, food that's going to last, that you can put away a little bit each month. You know, you don't have to go out and buy the whole store in one shot. You know, you can go and you can buy a few cans of this, few cans of that. Even Walmart carries long-term emergency preparedness storage food. It's Augustus and Farms, which is out of Utah. and you can get dehydrated eggs, get dehydrated cheese, and stuff like that. And when when the chips are down and you can't get stuff at the store, you will have the food. You'll be able to feed your family, so you don't have to sweat all the rush to the store to get everything like everybody else does. And I say this in my class too about firearms. I hope no one ever has to use a firearm to defend their life, because that's a fundamental change in your life. But on the other hand, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Most of the time you can use your verbal, judo to get out of situations. Go, hey, hey, what can we do to defuse this? What can we do to, what do you need? If you ask somebody, what do you need, when they're all wound up, go, hey man, what do you need? Are you needing some help? And that'll generally defuse people, and that's what you want to do. You want to defuse the situation. You don't want to escalate to a point to where all of a sudden, you're, playing Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday out there, you never want that. You want to diffuse the situation. And, that's where community building comes in, like Tim was talking about earlier. Get to know your neighbors, Tim, he was telling me about, when you had that barbecue, you invited the neighbors over. Remember when you were telling me about that?
Yeah, so my neighbors were getting interested. They were approaching me because as things started getting crazier between COVID and the rioting was fairly close, not to the degree as it was in some of the other states, but they started talking about community cooperation. And so anyhow, one of my neighbors, he asked me a question. He said, what weapon would you recommend for defense against mass looters? An AR-15 or a shotgun? And I said, well, I recommend the most powerful weapon that you can possibly use: kindness. Get to know people, like you said, try to defuse that situation. I honestly can't figure out why the first thing on somebody's mind is to use lethal force. That should be last line of defense, and definitely not in the forefront of somebody's mind. If you have to, you have to, but I can't imagine putting that before trying to get to know your neighbors and trying to be friends in the community, because if you have that structure together ahead of time, it'll work wonders for you.
That I have nothing against people protesting. That's their right. If they're upset about something, they're more than welcome to protest. It's when it devolves into looting. And the thing is, when you have looting, you have people that are not from your community. That's not people from your community coming in and looting. That's people from outside coming in to cause problems. And like those people that were in, where was that? They kind of did it wrong. They came out and they were pointing guns at people, but a show of force. Come out, with a gun and say, hey, this is private property. You need to get off the private property. Not pointing it at them. Pointing it at a person, pointing a gun at a person is basically assault. Unless your life is being threatened at that time, that is assault. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving legal advice, but that is pointing a gun at somebody is assault. Taking a gun out and keeping it pointed in a safe direction, but where that other person can see it, and saying, hey, you're in the wrong place. You need to move along. that's perfectly, that's within your rights, you
Oh
know.
yeah.
And and there's a time and a place to show force, and there's a time and a place to show kindness, and you
Yeah.
got to figure out where to distinguish between that. And that's part of what Tim and I are trying to do, is kind of show people, hey, you don't have to go out there like Dirty Harry or Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino, going, get off my lawn. It's, you can use an escalation of force. But if the need for escalation of force can change in a riot, because that's a mob, that's not people. A mob is, it's got a life of its own. You get one or two troublemakers in there, and all of a sudden they got 100 people going, come on, let's do what they're doing. So you got to balance it. You got to find that balance between, armed readiness and, you're not going to go to war. It's not going to be a war. And if you can de-escalate the situation, de-escalate. And if you have to escalate to another level, a non-lethal level. Some pepper spray, get some bear spray. If somebody starts, coming into your neighborhood, getting rowdy, spray a little bear spray on them, they come on your property. But you can't point a gun at somebody without some sort of repercussions from the law, unless your life is truly threatened. A force on force.
I agree with that,
Yeah.
Bob. But we're talking firearms and firearms case here, and I just wanted to share a few with everybody. Bob kind of showed some of what he's got. My choices in firearms are a lot more narrow. I'm not as across the board as Bob is. He calls me the HK snob, and this is my favorite pistol. This is a 40 cal HK USP 40, and I've had it everywhere. I've had it in the deserts. I've had it in the forest. I've even had it in the jungle. Had it in Alaska. This thing has just been absolutely wonderful. I've taken game with it. An antelope.
Yeah, don't forget to tell them about when you went swimming with it.
Oh, numerous times. Numerous times. But with this firearm, and you wouldn't think of a pistol generally as something you would hunt with, but I've taken an antelope, 2 deer, a bear, and countless squirrels with this pistol. And by far, this is my favorite gun, period, I've ever owned. For a self-defense firearm, I've gone with the concealed carry 9mm SIG P365, and I did my research on it. I like it for reliability reasons. It's got the capacity, it's got the streamlined narrow slide for concealability, and this has been really accurate, really reliable as well. And now I'm going to show you something here that is a gun sacrilegious sin as far as Bob is concerned. He hates these, but I absolutely love them. A scope pistol.
Wait a second. There is no bad gun.
I thought this was one of the 7 deadly sins of Bob.
Oh no. It's not. It would not be my choice.
So basically, what I've got here, this is a 357 mag Ruger Blackhawk, and it's chambered 357 Magnum, Burris scope, and it's got a hoe grip, so you can use a really powerful hunt rounds and still have a nice grip on it. I brought the trigger down to 2.5 pounds, and extremely accurate. I'm very satisfied with it. And again, if I wanted to break it down, I can put all the original furniture back on it and make it a variable weapon for the field. Right now it's kind of specialized. I did take a deer at 85 yards with it, and I am confident that with this setup it'll go out even further. But unfortunately, we are just about out of time. The natives are getting restless in the background. So we will open again next time. And I think a good subject to start on the next episode, packs. And everybody's got their packs and the contents of their packs and comfort, weight of their packs. And that's what we will get into on the next episode. But thanks for joining us. Tim and Bob signing off.
Yep. And hey, it's been a great visit, and you know, I look forward to doing more of these. And you know, hey, the reason why I've got all these different types of guns is because I am a firearms dealer. I'm working on right now. I'm working on a website which will be darktimberllc.org, and that'll be up here in the next couple of months. So you'll be able to go on there and look for firearms, you know, and classes and knives and stuff like that. So looking forward to getting that going. Hey, Tim, always a pleasure. You be careful out there, buddy, and
you
know, have fun.
All right.
And all you and everybody out there, don't sweat the small stuff.
All right. Good talking to you.
All right. I guess that's a wrap.
All right. We will catch you next time.